video of me. Alright. Let me say something here. I hear all these YouTubers talking about Trump, $2,000 stimulus, all this confusion, but they don't know. All they're getting is the mainstream media stuff. They're not getting nothing from Trump. You know, this is what the mainstream media is putting out. Alright? Yeah, we're going to get $2,000 per person, every man, woman, and child in this country. It's not going to be a stimulus. It's going to be a dividend. And what y'all don't understand is that when you buy stocks, he's making us all shareholders. Alright? So we'll have a stake in what the country earns from the tariffs. He's also reducing the government because he cannot implement no taxes on tips and other things without it. We have a bloated government. We have people getting paid tons of money for doing nothing. Zero. Nothing. They don't produce. They don't do anything. So he's got to shrink the government. You know, they've been talking about that shit for years, bro. He's doing it. Alright? 50-year mortgage. I'll explain that. He's gonna... So you're gonna put a down payment on a house. Say that down payment is $2,000. Just saying it's $2,000. You know, there's gonna be, you know, more money, down payment, closing costs, all that foolishness. Alright? No, he's putting everything on the fucking blockchain, bro. Alright? So that $2,000 is gonna go into like an escrow. That's your down payment. Alright? And it's gonna go into like a Bitcoin escrow or some shit like that. I don't know how they're gonna work it or whatever. But as the price of Bitcoin goes up, it pays off your mortgage. As your mortgage is paid off, you know, over time, you can still take out money and borrow from the equity of your house. But you won't even be borrowing from the equity of your house. You'll be borrowing from the Bitcoin that you've already saved. Now, it is estimated that if you put a certain amount of Bitcoin in in a Bitcoin wallet and just leave it there and let it go to 1 million, you'll be rich. You just have to wait, have patience. Now, the man is not a politician. He's a builder. He builds things. So how do you build things? You have to start out, get the certain permits, whatever. Then you got to break ground, which you already did. And you got to build the foundation. After you build the foundation, that's when you start to build the whole structure and finish it off. You know, and, the last part is putting in electrical and, making sure everything is right and then bringing in the inspectors, make sure everything is right, running right and all that other stuff. What he got when he got into office was a broken country. He's trying to fix it. It's going to take a while. Now, we got good and evil, because that's what he's showing you. If you can't recognize it, something's wrong with your brain. That is for real, for real. Recognizing good and evil. When I go to the gas station and it's $2.99, and I go down the road and that same gas is $3.49. That is truly evil. Alright, now I don't know, I can't say, but this is my opinion. I feel that that's the Democrats charging $3.49, and these are Republicans. And if you drive around the areas, You can see the good and evil, straight up. Or the misinformed and the people who are informed. Real talk, after he gives us this $2,000, because it's going to be a dividend check, which means that we might get it every month. We can get it every 3 months, we can get it every 6 months, or once a year. That's how dividends go. Which in return is universal basic income. That's universal basic income for each member of the household. Which means that he's cutting out all the jealousy. He's cutting out envy. Because if we all getting that same amount of money, I'll tell you this, the ignorant is going to run out and buy everything. They're going to be happy, they're going to get fat, they're going to get nasty, they're going to use their drugs. It's going to be a free-for-all. Word, for a good 5 to 10 years, motherfuckers are going to die because they got that money. Word. And then the people who took the COVID shot, they're going to die because they took the shot. 5 to 10 years. Alright? He's reducing the government. So those people who got PhDs in nothing are going to have to figure out what they're going to do. Now, I'm going to tell you something. My sister-in-law, she went and got a doctorate degree. What's that shit? Doctorate degree in nutrition. Yo, bro, that is some deep bubble-headed stuff. Alright? What you gonna do when AI take over? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when AI take over? That's for real. It's gonna be crazy when AI takes over because you ain't gonna have a job. Word. AI gonna spit out whatever you need. They're gonna analyze your blood, what your blood type is, what's your age, you know, how tall and all that other stuff. And they're gonna come out with you take this vitamin, that vitamin, and you know, do some exercise, whatever. All of that shit is gonna be in the wind. Alright? Physical trainers, all of that. All of that stuff. Word. You have a personal robot in your house. It's gonna be funny to me. It's gonna be funny. Word. Because all this time and all these distractions, one thing they have not talked to you about is blockchain. They didn't teach you. They didn't tell you. They didn't, you know, matter of fact, the only thing they told you was the opposite, that it was bad. Criminals use it. You know, all this other stuff. You know, if you bought it, you was basically a criminal. That's what that's what they implied. But I'm just giving it to you raw because all these other people are getting online and promoting crypto, but they not telling you what's real. That's for real, and it's getting on my nerves. There's a few of them, you know, like Digital Perspective. He'll get on twice a day. He'll give you the news, you know. But you got these other guys that pop up, you know, it's going to happen right away. It might happen right away. We don't even know that. We've been waiting for the right away for a long time. All right? All I can say is buy your coins, secure your coins, and, you know, keep your coins. And try to survive this confusion that we going through. Financial confusion, manipulation confusion, oh my God, you got all type of confusion. Oh my God, just confusion. It's a twisted thing, bro. You know, but like I said, Trump is not here to hurt anybody. He's not here to cause no freaking war. He ain't got nothing to do with no Epstein. That's a distraction. And when it does come out, you're gonna have your jaw's gonna be down to the crown. And my perspective is he gonna hit us off. And this is what is gonna happen. He gonna hit us off, and the market's gonna crash. And the Democrats are gonna go crazy. Oh, the market crashed. And then all of a sudden, 3-4 days, less than a week, maybe less than 2 weeks later, Bitcoin is gonna go fucking parabolic, out of off the chain. And all the knuckleheads that ran out and bought all this foolishness and paid off they debt, thinking that they're gonna miss out. All the ignorant people talking about racism, and all this foolishness. Yeah, there is racism. It's definitely there is racism. But who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Get this fucking money, you fucking idiots. Fuck this racism shit. That's a big distraction. Yeah, they're racist. Who gives a fuck? I'm racist too. I don't like guac fuck molies. Get them the fuck out the country. Get them the fuck out. Yes. You call me a racist because of that. Word, motherfucker, you ain't supposed to belong here. You ain't get here right. Same thing with the white folks. They ain't supposed to belong here. They ain't get here right. They stole every fucking thing. Bunch of fucking thieves. Pirates and thieves. And then they made rules and laws. And now everybody's a thief if you're down with they shit. Now, Trump is trying to stop all of that. Alright? He gonna make it an equal playing field. Meaning that racism shit is gonna be out the window. Only thing we gonna have to worry about is the old motherfuckers from old and the ignorant motherfuckers from new that want to say some little jokey dumb shit. Word. And the institutional racism that we have to deal with. Black folks have to deal with every day. Word. It's called institutional racism. Why is it called institutional racism? Because in that institute, alright, they made racism, alright? And then they made laws saying, well, you can't be this, you can't be that. Alright, now you got the motherfuckers who know the laws, but they still racist. So in their minds, they're like, yeah, man, I'm not gonna give that black man that job. And that's their real talk. That's in their fucking hearts. I think I missed my exit, but I don't give a fuck. Anyway. Or better yet, I'll give you another example. And I can't really say it's racism. Because if it was me, I'd look out for my brother who's the same color as me. Or spoke the same language as me. So, or came from the same village or the same town. Yes, I would look out for them. But you have some people that will hold the job but will not tell a person about a job to get their cousin in there. I've experienced that shit. Or you get on the job and none of the white people talk to you. Unless they have to. That's racism. Right? When you get pulled over by the police and he starts asking you these dumbass questions, I mean, he wouldn't ask a white person this shit. I'll tell you that much. Alright? I mean, I don't drink. And real talk, yeah, I blaze out, bro. But I'm not stupid enough to ride through the goddamn city or town blazing. Word, dumbasses. wonder why you locked up. Should have never been joyriding in town. You find a nice country road, have it all rolled up and prepared, and you fucking blaze. Word. And you put it on cruise and blaze and make sure you watch out for the animals. And do the speed limit. That's it. Good to go from there. Alrighty. I think that's enough for me. And all I can say, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter, but motherfuckers, I would say, make Africa fucking great again. And I'm telling you this, all the confusion and all the bullshit, it's happening. Alright, it's happening. 20 years ago, China wasn't shit. Alright? And it took them 20 years. And that's with the technology that has been invented. Now we got new technology and new methods. So we're going to have a good time. Africa is putting in infrastructure that has never, it's brand new. It's brand new shit. The whole brand new everything. Infrastructure, brand new. If they do it smart, it'll be better than China. It'll be better than Europe. And it will be better than America. Yes, it will be. Why? Because the Africans were first. And we got all the minerals in Africa. Yes, we do. Anyway, I gotta go.